Hey YouTube, Scapegoat here, and today we're going over some of the new Possessed cards from the new OCG structure deck coming out. It's the structure deck pretty much with all the new Possessed monsters, you know, the ones with different attributes, Earth, Water, Fire, Wind, all that sort of thing. But before you go into that, please consider subscribing to the channel, greatly helps out the channel. Also, we have Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff down below if you want to check that out. We have tournaments, giveaways, bunch of cool stuff, but I know you want to be here for the Possessed cards, so let's just get right into that. So we have first the level 5 monster, Archfiend Reaper of Nefariousness. It is a Earth Beast effect monster, level 5, 2000 attack, 200 defense. You can only use each effect of this card's name, the 2 and 3 effect, once per turn. So the 1 effect can be used multiple times. You can special summon this card from your hand or deck by sending 1 face-up spellcaster monster and 1 face-up level 4 monster or lower earth monster you control from the graveyard. So it requires 2 monsters to special summon, right? But sending 1 face-up spellcaster and 1 face-up level 4 or lower earth monster. So you need both monsters for it to special summon. But the cool thing about this is that you can special summon this card from deck. So that's actually pretty interesting. That's like one of the first times I've seen a requirement for a card to summon from deck. But let's keep reading. The second effect is when this card is special summoned by its number 1 effect, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster from your graveyard, but its effects are negated. So any level 4 monster can be special summoned from this card's effect. It's very similar to the trap effect. Kind of noticing the theme with these 2 monsters. There's 2 of them so far, where their effect is basically the spiritual art, because the spiritual art had the same kind of effect, right? However, the effects of the monsters are negated. The third effect is if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 spiritual earth art or 1 possessed spell or trap card from your deck to hand. So, you know, all the possessed spell or trap cards that are out, including one that's in the video, the field spell, I presume, stuff like that. But I'm still stuck on the first effect, man. Special summon this card from the deck by sending 1 face-up spellcaster monster and 1 face-up level 4 lower earth monster you control from the grave. That's pretty interesting. The next one is the fire version. So Awaken Possessed Great Inari Fire. Fire Pyro effect monster, level 5, 2000 attack, 200 defense. 200 defense is funny with rekindling. That's pretty funny. It's gonna have a similar number 1 effect. You can only special summon this card from your hand or deck by sending 1 face-up spellcaster monster and 1 face-up level 4 lower fire monster you control to the grave. When this card is special summoned by its number 1 effect, you can choose 1 monster your opponent controls, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack. So it doesn't destroy it, but you're doing burn damage, which is pretty similar to the spiritual art version, I'm sure, right? When this card is sent to the field to the grave, you can add 1 spiritual fire art or 1 possessed spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. So it's seeming like they have the same first and third effect. However, the second effect is very similar to the trap version of the spiritual art. I'm assuming we'll get a water and wind one, which the water and wind one, water was discard a card from your opponent's hand. Wind was place a card from your opponent's field to the bottom of their deck. So those will be pretty cool. But I'm expecting some pretty neat stuff if you can special summon these cards from the deck. Pretty neat. I'm still very stuck on that effect. It's pretty cool. Always wanted to see like an archetype that can just special summon from deck with their effect and like not needing any resources. These monsters obviously do need resources, however. So it's still pretty cool. Now we have a trap. It's Teamwork of the Possessed. It's a normal trap card. You can only use the 1 effect. You can only use 1 effect of the 1 or 2 effects per turn, and only once per turn. So only 1 of these effects can be used. Number 1 is special summon 1 spellcaster monster with 1500 defense from your hand or graveyard in face-up attack position or face-down defense position. Also, if there are 2 or more different attributes among the monsters you control, you can destroy a face-up card. That's pretty unique. You can special summon a spellcaster monster with 1500 defense from your hand or graveyard and face-up attack or face-down defense. That's kind of like indirect Shaddoll support too, I suppose, right? Shaddolls have a spellcaster themed archetype, and I guess any other deck that utilizes the spellcasters can also use it. And you're also popping a card with the first effect, I guess, if you have more attributes in that deck. Pretty interesting. You can banish this card from your graveyard to target one possessed spell or trap in your graveyard. Place that card face up on your field. So, pretty cool, right? You get the you get recursion with that effect. It's always good to see a graveyard effect with these cards. For obviously the summon effect's a little slow, so that will break your hand at the start. However, grindy, it's like kind of a grind card, right? So you activate it, you get your resources back, and then banish it the following turn. You get the cards in your graveyard. So it's pretty cool. These 3 cards are actually really cool. I wouldn't say like tier 0 meta, maybe tier 2 rogue type of decks. That's just based on reading these effects. I don't remember every single familiar possessed card. I know a lot of them do special summon out, but there's nothing that really, get you anything like inherent advantage. There's no tour guide, right? As far as I know, that you can just summon the spellcaster, then immediately from deck special summon something. So you can summon these big ones, and then link them away, or like it would be cool if you can summon, let's say Asa, special summon the relevant attribute from deck to special summon one of these level 5s, and then link it away to get one of the trapping, getting all these beneficial effects. However, you do get the Possessed Charmer, and you can special summon the level 4s from hand, I believe. So there's some sort of synergy. But we'll have to see. Maybe there's more new cards. These are just a few of the newer ones. So hopefully we're going to be getting some newer cards. There's also reprints. So, we're getting some of the level 4s that special summon from hand, as I mentioned. These are all of the ones that are kind of similar. They're already out. We already know their effects. We're also getting a Veiler reprint for probably the more 10th time or more. Spellbook of Knowledge is also coming out. It's going to be pretty cool. Not going to complain about Spellbook of Knowledge. And one of the Possessed Trap cards, which will work with the Trap card that puts cards face up. Also the Field Spell and, all that stuff, spell cards, it'll work with that. So that's pretty much it. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing more of these cards because I love the mechanic where you can special summon it from deck. It's such a weird mechanic to see. So I do look forward to this. I want to see more cards, but let me know what you guys think below and which one is your favorite attribute monster. I'm still, it's either Wind or the Water one, man. Those are my 2 favorites. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll have to catch you guys later. Have a nice one. Bye.